tattooers, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you a demonstration tutorial on how to set up your very own tattoo gun. Keep in mind this particular make and model came from Dragonhawk. My husband and I purchased a tattoo gun kit. It was 59 bucks on Amazon and we were extremely impressed by it. It came with ink, needles, 4 tattoo guns, all of the equipment you're going to need to get yourself started. I will leave that video linked down below that I recently just did, showing you everything that comes in that kit. So definitely look in the description box for that, as well as other video links to tattooing tutorials that I have done on myself. I would first like to stress, most importantly, if you're very new into dabbling with this particular topic, make sure that when you do tattoo yourself or a friend or loved one or whatever have you, or just starting off because maybe you want to become a professional or you just like doing it on the side on yourself like my husband and I do, I would highly recommend keeping your workstation clean as well as all of your tattoo equipment before and after your tattooing. I like to keep a bottle of hand sanitizer in my workstation with a pump so I can keep sanitary and everything nice and clean, as well as maybe even some baby wipes that are non-scented. So keep that in mind. Safety, safety, most importantly. All right guys, let's get started. Okay guys, so this gun was already assembled by myself. My husband wanted to do some shading, so I went through the instructions, which is kind of just a card in my kit. It didn't actually give me in detail, but I've done this before using a friend's gun, so I kind of had the gifs and an idea. I've tattooed myself a lot, plus I've had a lot done professionally, so I kind of knew what to go off of, so make sure to do your research if you're doing your own kit. But anywho, this one's already complete, and I'm going to show you with this one that is not put together yet how to piece everything together. So first off, you're going to need this red guy. It came with 2 for me. It has this component that goes throughout it. That's how you're going to adjust threading your needle through that. Choose your needle. Make sure you're doing your research. The bigger needles are for shading and color, and the smaller needles are for outlining. So I have one just to demonstrate. It's one of a shading needle. So you're going to need a needle. You're going to need this tube guy that's going to connect to your gun. You're also going to need these rubber bands. You're going to be using 1. You're going to need these little stoppers that help connect the needle to the end here and thread everything through. You're also going to need the Allen wrenches that come with it so you can secure and tighten everything. And you're going to need your tip component out here, which is going to thread the needle through and keep it sanitary in this little clip here. Some come with a metal one that are reusable, and some come with these plastic ones that you can dispose of. Make sure to pay attention to the tips because they're all various in size, and it all depends on the size needle, so it can fit through that tip perfectly. Lastly, you're going to connect everything with your power here. This end connects into your amp power box that runs the whole gun, and then the bottom part will be placed into here, so that way you have that charge to have your gun work. So let's get started from the very get-go. The very top of it has this like knob thing that can screw tight or screw unloose. We're going to make it loose so it kind of wobbles a little bit, and then we are going to open up our needle, which I'm not going to open mine because I don't want to waste it, but regardless, you're going to open up your needle. You're going to take the end of here take your gun and take the tip here, loosen that, take these tiny little guys and choose one, and that's going to go right here on the tip, just like that, okay? It's like this little rubber piece, and there's a little prong sticking up close to where this guy is that you're also going to tighten and loosen as you need. That does that like like tapping deal. So it's right in front of that guy. Stick it on that knob. When you open your needle, you're going to see that it has this little round piece. That's going to be thread through this hole here that we just unscrewed, and the tip right here, that circle part, is going to push down onto that rubber piece you just added. Just like this guy. The rubber piece is down. This is the round part of the needle, and it's threading through this component that we loosened, and it's going to enter through this tube and out the other side of this handle piece. So now you have your pretend needle that I'm not going to use right now, and I place this at the end here. Actually, hold that thought. I'm just going to do it piece at a time. So secure that, tighten this down, okay? Now you have your needle going through, all right? Mine looks a little crooked, so let me fix that. Hold on a second. I know that this is just for putting everything together, but you want everything to be nice and straight. So now I have this piece connected. My imaginary needle is connected to this rubber piece and thread through here, and I've tightened this down. Now I'm going to put this guy on like so, and I'm going to be using my Allen wrenches. There's 2 little holes at the top here. You're going to tighten those down so they're secured and they're staying just like this. That's when you want to take your rubber band here, the big ones, and you're going to go around the needle, the entire gun, the whole way down here, okay? And there's this little tiny battery pack looking thing. You're going to put it through that, okay? So that rubber band literally wraps around the entire gun, the whole way to the bottom, the whole way to the other side, and it's holding down and securing this needle, okay? So that's where that goes. Then you're going to open up one of these guys and place it on the tip right here. So you've secured this part with your Allen wrench. Wait to secure this part until you have the tip put in and you have the needle threading through this tip perfectly. I don't know all the specific terms, I apologize, but once that is connected in and everything is lining up perfectly, then you're going to tighten that guy as well. So then you've got your needle, your rubber band, this stopper holding your needle, it's thread through this cylinder tube, this bigger tube, and then you have your tip connected. Here's another important factor is that you want your needle to be flush up against the edge of this tip. You don't want it sticking way out far and you don't want it in too far. You want it to be flush up against, so when the gun is operating, it's going to be going in and out, and it's going to be the perfect amount of distance. So make sure it's flush up against. If anything, it's sticking out just a little bit, like just a hair, like literally just a hair out over this guy, like the needle is sticking just a hair out over the tip. Okay? So that is pretty much it, guys. So now you can imagine that you've got this tip here, okay, coming out. The needle is completely thread through. This tip is at the end. Everything is bunkered down and secure. You have the rubber band on, etc. The very last step to make the whole thing work is to connect it to your power box. So that's when you're going to come down here and look at this gold little component here. This pinches with a spring. You put one through that hole here, and you pinch it and put the other one through this hole here. So that's how it's connected, and the power is going to like send a volt kind of electrical shock, whatever, to make the whole gun vibrate and turn, makes all this component work all together, and the needle will go in and out, in and out. You hold it like this, okay? So I have everything on the back side of my hand, and I'm pinching down on here like a pencil, and that is how I do my whole shindig. So you will also have a foot pedal that will also be plugged into your power box, and that will operate everything. So you're going to have to push down on the foot pedal with your foot in different various, tempos. Basically, you're going to have to learn how to set up the volts on your box. You can just turn up the amps or turn it down depending on whether you're shading or outlining. But this is what it's going to look like as an end result, and I'll show you a picture now so you can pause this video if need be and you can see an up-close version of everything put together. And that was the tutorial. It's super easy peasy. I hope you found it to be helpful. If you liked it, question, comment down below, subscribe if you're not already, and thumbs up the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it to be useful. And I also hope that you have an epic and awesome blessed day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!